Hi guys, and welcome back. So in today's video I am going to be planting a living wall. So we've got a short brick wall that runs across the garden here, just where it steps up from the patio to the next level of elevation, because this garden slants back as it goes up. So this brick wall is crumbled to pieces and falling down. The issue we have with doing anything in this garden is that we've got no access except through the house. So we can't get any materials delivered to outside, we can't get a cement mixer out here. There are just a lot of limitations in terms of doing any work out here in terms of access. So what we have decided to do is to create a living wall over the top of the existing brick wall structure, using sedums, which I love and have done really well in this garden last year, and alpine rockery plants. So sedum and alpine rockery plants that spread and knit together to form a sort of mesh, but they also do very well in low water situations, in very well draining soil, and they sit very well into nooks and crannies in walls and things anyway. That's part of how they function. So the root systems will go into those holes in the brickwork of the crumbling brick wall and attach themselves there. But what I've also got here is I've bought 6 meters of burlap or hessian, sort of sacking material that will gradually decompose over time, but will provide a sort of framework for the roots to mesh into as well. I've also got a big roll of chicken wire, which I'm going to use as a cage over the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to pack compost from these compost bales against the wall and create a sort of slant. Rather than going vertically 90 degrees down, we're going to slant up like this so that the plants can grow out straight instead of having to bend and go up. People who've done living walls with sedums before have had issues when they've tried to do them at this 90-degree angle, because it's not natural for the plants to grow that way, and it weakens the strands because they're trying to bend at strange angles, so they break off a lot more easily. So I'm going to create a slant up like this from starting a bit further forward and going up to the level of the wall with the compost, cover that in hessian, cover that in the chicken wire. That's going to then be secured at the top and bottom, and then I will plant into that. So the plants that I've got here are all, as I said, different varieties of sedum and alpine rockery plants, and I will be splitting these down, the root balls, as far as I can in terms of getting smaller plug plants out of them. I've got these plants so far. I've got more of one particular sedum that I really like that produces a sort of bluish rosette shape on the top, which is really pretty. I've got those on order and they'll be ready in 2 weeks. So there will be more plants to come, but the idea is that these will over time spread and have room to knit and mesh together to form a very solid sort of sheet of plants, which will also help to keep the structural integrity of the living wall going. So they're going to be a bit more sparse in terms of their planting now than they will eventually become once they have filled out. So a lot of these plants grow to a maximum of 10 to 15 centimetres tall, and they have a spread of anywhere between about 20 and 50 centimetres in terms of their overall span once they've filled out. So that's the plan for today. I'm going to put you on time lapse and I'm going to show you how I'll get on. So I've just finished planting up the living wall and given it a good water. So obviously these will need time to establish and spread to cover the hessian and chicken wire. And I have got a bunch more plants coming in a few weeks. So what doesn't go in here will fill out this area up here, which I want to keep low because of the clothes dryer. So I'll see how I go with these, because you don't want to overpack the plants so that they don't have room to spread, but I think there's definitely some room for a few more little ones in there for now. We can always thin them out later on, although it may be a little bit more complicated to do that once they've interwoven. But the idea is just for them to grow as much as they need to fill the available space. I've also selected a number of bee-friendly plants, which are great for other pollinators as well. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure you check out the rest of my urban gardening playlist, and I will put a link to that now. And if you've enjoyed this, please do remember to give it a thumbs up, it really does help, and subscribe for more videos on how to make, mend and grow your way to a big life on a small budget. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.